Yeah, that's the common denominator of everything. I have to ask you the question, is culture like a project that you really like a launch? Like you work so hard and you launch it, or is it something that you are always working on?
So I'm going to answer that in both ways because you are always working on it, yes, but you may have to launch it. I was with one organization where the president had a vision of what they thought the culture was. And I did an employee survey, and the employees said it was different than what the president thought it was. And I had a feeling that was the case based upon just anecdotal things that were happening. So that was the saying, okay, this is what our culture is saying it is. I know it's not what you want. So, how do we launch what we want our culture to be? So, yes, you launched that in case of a change, or just you're a new organization, you say, here's our culture, but then you constantly have to work on it. It is a constant thing. It isn't something as one and done, check off your goal sheet, done culture 2025.
Yeah, I think it's important because you have to advocate for a culture and these kinds of change. And so, in a lot of ways, you're a salesperson. You're selling a culture. You're selling the reasons why very few people get into HR and think I'm a salesperson.
That's very true. That's very true.
Do you agree with that characterization?
I can see that, and I can agree with that because I always tell people in the HR field that people are looking to you as a beacon to how to react to things. How do you react in certain situations? If you're having to do layoffs, because let's face it, everybody's having to do it these days and what's going on, how are you presenting that with culture in mind and employees in mind? They're looking at that. They're looking at you really more for the hard times than the good times, because the good times are easy. Everybody's happy on the good times. But when things are difficult, they look to you as HR. But how are you selling this as what is our culture? It's the same thing. I'll go back to layoffs. People look at that and saying, how are you treating the people that are being let go? Because that speaks volumes to your culture.